Peace, power, and prosperity. Rob Blackstorm here. I am your host, your mystic, your magician, your occultist, your metaphysician, right? And guide on the path to your highest version of yourself. And you being able to manipulate the environment for your benefit, which is what magic is about, manipulating and guiding intention, cause knowingly. This particular session, what I want to talk about is how you can heal from a breakup, from a relationship breakup spiritually, and what you can do or what tools you could use in order to heal, in order to separate, in order to be less connected to the person, and so that you can move on in the spirit of good health, the spirit of wellness, the spirit of clear headedness, and the spirit of non attachment, right? So, one of the things you're going to need, and you're probably going to want to write these things down, I'm going to give you pretty much three things that you're going to start with. But I'm going to break it down from first to second to third. The first thing that you're going to need is a black candle. Okay. Now, why are you going to get a black candle? This black candle is going to be a representative of the person that you're breaking up with, the person that cheated on you, the person that did you dirty, the person that hit you, right? Whatever, the person you had to run away from, etc., etc. You want it to be over, it's over. You need this black candle. This black candle is going to be a representation of that person. What you're going to do with that black candle is this. You're going to get a printout or get a printer, right? If you're on this path, you should have a printer. But get a printout or a printer, and you're going to print a picture of that person, right? That picture of that person, you are going to tape around that black candle. So say this is the candle, and you want to get one of those tall glass candles. Actually, let me show you what I'm talking about, even though this isn't it. All right, so you're going to get a tall glass candle like this, right? And you're going to take the printer paper, right? You're going to cut it, obviously, right? Make it, or you could do just like this, but you have the paper poking up. You don't want that because you could burn down your house, right? So you're going to get some scissors, cut it, and have the person's picture around it. Again, it doesn't have to be all the way wrapped around. I'm just using this as an example. It could be just a tiny square, like, this big of the person's picture, right? Or whatever, you know? Use your imagination, your childlike imagination. And with that candle, that black candle, you're going to also go within the candle, and you're going to type that person's name. You're going to carve, that person's name and birth date in the candle, right? On the paper, on the back of the person's picture. So let's say the person's picture's on the front, right? You're going to put, let's say this is the person's picture on the front, right? You're going to put, so this is the person's picture, right? You're going to write on the back of it, right? Leave me alone, right? Now, when you're doing this, this is going to make the person leave you alone, right? They're not going to stop messing with you. It may take a little bit of time, but they're not going to be reaching out. They're not going to be thinking about you as much, right? It's going to slow down. They may even have their intention or put their eyes on someone else. So when you're doing this type of work, this is the disclaimer. Be serious that this is not someone that you want to come back to in a week or so or 2 weeks. Because if you do, you're going to have to do more magic. And I'll tell you about it at the end, but you're going to have to do more magic to re-strengthen the bond that you had with that person, right? Because now you're dissolving the bond that you have with that person. So again, you're going to write "leave me alone" on the back of the picture, right? Put it on your so you got the person's picture, right? Put it on right? And if you can, reverse the person's picture, right? Instead of them being right side up, right? You want to reverse it so that they're opposite side. Because remember, you want them, you're putting them in the dirt, so to speak. Not that you want to kill them or hurt them, but you just want them to stay out of your business, right? So that is part one. And that black candle you're going to put in your bedroom, right? You're going to put in your bedroom, places that you slept with them, right? You were with them. You know, this is not one you put in the living room. This is one that you want to see on a repetitive basis in the place that you sleep. So you're going to put it in your bedroom. Now, whenever you look at that candle, the way you cast the spell is, now you already casted the spell because you wrote on the picture for them to leave you alone. So that is your intention. Now, whenever you walk by it or see it or look at it, you're going to have that person absorbed in that black candle. So you're going to just see that person going into the darkness, literally like folding into darkness, just like this. Have them fold into darkness, right? That's what you're going to use your third eye for, to visualize them going into darkness inside that candle. All right. So, yes, you see them on the outside of the candle, but you're going to visualize them going in the candle. That is part one. Okay. So, once you have that going, part two is you're going to need some kosher salt or some sea salt. You're also going to need black walnut. All right. You're going to need black walnut. And black walnut, let me pull it up and show you what it looks like. You're gonna do a black walnut bath, right? A black walnut bath. Now, what black walnut bath is going to do, literally, you're going to want to make a bath. Like, this is not one that you're going to do a shower for. You're going to get a black walnut bath, and it's a spiritual bath. I'm just trying to pull it up for you, what it would look like. As I said in one of my other videos, you could go on Etsy for these products, right? Or you could go to one of the places I like, which is Original Botanica, which is what I'm going to pull up anyway. Um, Actually, yeah, let me pull that up. But because I want to show you what it looks like. And what it looks like, so you could get an idea. And it's affordable also on this site. And so they don't have it as a bath, but they have black walnut leaves. So let me show y'all this real quick and pull this up for you. So this is what it looks like, black walnut leaves, right? And as you see in spiritual practices, it says black walnut leaves have spiritual and medicinal properties traditionally used to remove negative energy, purify the body and spirit, promote good health, and increase personal power. In spiritual practices, they are used to banish negativity, protect against evil, and enhance spell work, often burned in an incense, placed in a mojo bag, or used in rituals. Okay. So this is what it should look like when you get it, right? It's black, right? There's some that look totally different, but this is what a black walnut bath should look like. As you see, it's like $5. It's not that expensive. If you really want to get this person really off of you, you could sprinkle some of this also in that black candle that you have burning in your room. A little bit, like a little salt bait pinch, right? Don't go too crazy. All right. So that's one of the things you could do. What you're going to do is, again, you're going to soak in that bath. When you're soaking in that bath, you're going to put some sea salt or some kosher salt in there, right? When you're in that bath, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to sit there, close your eyes, get into a meditative trance, learn how to meditate, get into a meditative trance, right? You don't know how to meditate, hit me up. We could do a 30-minute session. I'll show you how to meditate. Once you learn, it's really that simple. You'll be able to do it here on out. But take that 30-minute bath. 30-minute bath. Take that bath, right? Soak in there. If you want to soak in that bath for, I would say 30 minutes to an hour, right? And you're going to visualize that person being like being released into the bath water, right? You want to visualize that person going into the bath water, being melting, literally visualize them melting into the bath water or dissolving into the bath water. And you're going to do this in your visualizations. Visualize them, and you have these memories. If these memories pop up with you and them and you cry, whatever, that's okay. You're still going to take them out of these memories and put them in the bath water, or the great memories, the trips, the dinners, the sex, you're going to put that into the bath water, right? You're going to do that for 30 minutes to an hour. If you can't do a bath, then you're going to have to do a shower, right? Now, if you do a shower, you're going to have to do the shower more than once, right? This is going to be something that instead of you taking one bath for an hour, you're probably going to have to um, create the spiritual bath. And how you create a spiritual bath is pretty much this, right? You're not just going to you're not just going to, with these herbs, you're not just going to put the herbs in the bath or whatever and just have a dirty bath. You're going to boil them, put them in the pot, right? Boil them, and then strain the herb from the actual pot. So the herb you might have sitting for, so again, you're boiling it, right? And then let it sit for like 2 hours, right? So one, that it could cool off. And two, so that when you put it in the bath, you could put your own, the warm water on top of it and soak in it. So you're going to let it sit, strain the actual herbs, right? You don't have to use the whole bath because this is a pretty big bag of black walnut leaves. I have some myself, right? And so you could, for when I went through a breakup. So this is what you have to get this other person off you, their energy off you, if you're sincere about breaking up. Again, this is not for you that's playing and that, oh, I just don't like him or I just don't like her for that day. This is if you're really, really serious about getting rid of this motherfucker, right? And you don't want to mess with them no more. You don't want to deal with them. They hurt you. It's over. You want to shake them off your body. So you soak in that bath for an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, or if you're using showers, you're gonna have to do it at least 5 days a week, take a shower like that, right? So you're gonna have to do the process over and over. Again, yes, work, but do you really want to get this person off you or not, right? So that is part two, right? So you're gonna take that bath. And some of you, if you feel like it, right, take this bath. You could take the bath more than once, right? I would say 1 to 3 times should be sufficient for a walnut bath, right? Again, you got the candle working, now you're taking a bath, right? So you're attacking the fire element with the candle, now you got the water element and the earth element, right? With the earth element with the actual walnut and the salt in the bath, right? So that's part two. Part three is what you're going to do now. You've done your bath 1 to 3 times. You took a shower 5 times. You got your candle burning or it's already burnt, right? You should already start to feel some sort of release, some sort of not. Now you're going to think about them, obviously, but it shouldn't be so heavy to where you want to cry or it's stressing you out or you're depressed, or you feel lonely, et cetera, right? It should start to decrease because you're doing the spiritual work to make it decrease. And you're doing the visual work to make it decrease. So you should start to feel physically a decrease in that connection. The next thing you're going to do is now you want to shield yourself and cleanse yourself completely. So part three is you're going to take another bath. You're going to get um this one, you're going to get rosemary. Let me see if I can pull this up. So you're going to get, excuse me, you're going to get rosemary and let me see if I can pull this up here. So it's going to be rosemary. Now you could get this rosemary oil as well. And you're going to get pink Himalayan sea salt. Okay. So you get rosemary. This is what it should look like. You don't have to get it from here. I'm just giving you a visual for you to see. So you're gonna get rosemary, right? See, inexpensive. You get it from here, right? And you're going to get the next thing. You're going to get pink Himalayan sea salt, which I don't tell you. I have to tell you what pink Himalayan sea salt is. It's pink, right? Pink is the color for healing, and we're going to do in the second part, the ending of it. We're going to do. I'm going to tell you how to use pink again. But the pink Himalayan sea salt is for you to heal, right? Now it's about the healing process, it's about the falling back in love. You've rid yourself of this motherfucker mentally and spiritually with the black walnut and the black candle. Now it's about to reinvigorate the love in yourself. So you're going to use rosemary. You're going to use pink Himalayan sea salt in that bath, not the kosher salt you were using or the regular sea salt, right? Pink in particular. Rosemary. You see what rosemary's for. It's for add rosemary to a cleansing bath can be highly beneficial, right? Combine them with other herbs such as rue, basil, and lavender and make a tea. Regular use of this mixture of both bathing and cleaning the home can provide spiritual protection. Important to wash your hands with rosemary after performing any uncrossing or jinx removal spell. All right, so there it is. There you have it. The next herb you're going to want to add to that is hyssop, right? Hyssop. And this is there as well. Let's look at their description. They're going to tell you better than I can tell you, right? Well, not better than I can tell you, but so you're going to get that hyssop herb. You're going to do the same thing I said with the black walnut. Boil it, right? You could put them together. This is what I did, or what I would do, right? Put them together, and it says trusted for centuries, hyssop herb, trusted for centuries of spiritual and medical practices. Hyssop brings puriful protection and blessings. All right. So now you got the pink Himalayan salt. Now you got the rosemary, the cleanser. Now you got the hyssop to bring the protection and the blessings, right? Also, there's a Bible verse about hyssop that says, use the hyssop herb to make me clean. Matter of fact, let's see what the Bible verse will say about hyssop, and I'll show you. I don't know the exact verse, but I'll find it right now so I can show and prove to you exactly what you do. So Psalms 52:7, it says, wash me thoroughly from my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. Right. And hyssop also always talks about like cleansing and things like that. Um, this isn't a good verse, but let me see if I could pull something up for you. But basically, look it up yourself, right? I don't want to make this an hour video looking up hyssop, but look it up yourself, right? And you'll see. Actually, let me pull this up. So hyssop, a herb that is native to the Mediterranean region, is mentioned several times in the Old and New Testaments of the Bible. Interestingly enough, this is the key. It is brought up most often in relation to the process of being cleansed. Okay. So you're going to add these two to the second bath, okay? Rosemary, hyssop, and pink Himalayan sea salt. All right. So once you do these things, right? The next and final step is you're going to go to that bathroom mirror. This is if you live with your by yourself or with your children or whoever, right? As long as you can. If you're living with other people, then this may be difficult to do. But if you live by yourself or whatever, and you got mirrors, this is what you're going to do with all your mirrors: the mirror in your bedroom, the mirror in the bathroom, if you got a mirror in your living room, all your mirrors. You're going to get either a pink marker, right? Something that looks like, well, I don't even know if I have it, but this is okay, I do. This is a highlighter, right? So you want something pink. Pink is the color of healing. Pink is the color of heart healing, to be exact, right? Pink is a healing color. Now, remember, when we look at colors, what we're really looking at is frequency and vibration, right? We're looking at waves essentially. And the deeper, for instance, melanated people, right? We like bright colors. We wear things with bright colors. When you see people of other cultures, right? They, especially Europeans, Caucasians, they usually have these earth tone colors, right? These monotone colors, right? Things you see in corporate America, right? Khaki type colors, dry type colors. But we see colors vividly because because you melanin converts light to energy, we actually see more of the electromagnetic spectrum than others. So you want to get something pink, right? And you want to write on, now this is a highlighter, but you want to get a marker, a crayon, something like that. But it has to be pink. And you're going to write on all four corners of your mirror, I love you. That's it. I love you. That's the final part of part 3. And you're going to keep that up as long as you feel like you need it. So every time you look at your mirror to brush your teeth, to comb your hair, to put on your makeup, right? To put on your lotion, right? To put on your beard oil or whatever, you're able to see that you love yourself and you're, I love you. It's a constant reaffirmation. Now, of course, now that is the final part of this particular ritual. This should take you, I would say, 2 weeks to a month, depending on what's going on for you to kind of shake this person off, right? But I would actually, if you're doing this and you follow what I tell you, it shouldn't take you more than 2 weeks to where you start to feel where you're fully like shaking. Now, this is bonus. If you are doing this work, right, and you get back with that motherfucker, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, after you did all this and separated and all this stuff, and you decide to get back with them, you're gonna have to now do different type of spell work to get them back, and not just to get them back, but to re-strengthen the bond that you once had. Because once somebody hurt you to that point where you want to break up and you want to separate, it's not going to be the same. There's going to have to be things that you do to reestablish the bond and reestablish the connection that you guys once had. So the best way to reestablish that connection is for you to now, you're going to want to do now more things. Oh, also, let me say this. Post, you writing the pink, on pink letters on your mirror in all four corners, I love you, right? You also want to wear pink quartz, right? Or any of the pink crystals, right? They do the same thing. They just have different names. But any of the pink crystals, pink quartz, right? You want to put on and things like that. But you're going to have to now reestablish that connection and do spell work and do love spell work, which I'll detail in another video, but do love spell work now to reestablish the bond and to make it as strong as it was. Because now you did all this shit, put them in the darkness, put them in the blackness, right? Put them in the chaos realm, so to speak, for you. This is not, and this is not about vengefulness. This is not about attacking. This is not about hexing. This isn't going to do anything to that person. This is just for them to get off your body, so to speak, because you had a physical connection with this person, right? You've had sex, you've kissed, you've done things, you've had intimate relationships. So you need to get them off, right? Another thing you should be doing, which is not quote unquote magical, but it is spiritual and it is good for your spirit, is block them on social media, right? Even if it's just for a week or two. You need time to be by yourself and to assess the relationship. So block them on social media. Don't be stalking. Don't be posting things and hit them with the subliminals. It's over. You're moving on. You done bought the candles. You done bought the herbs. You done took the baths. It's time to move on, right? So block them on social media. Block their number. Now, if there's family, kids, that's a different story, right? You can't be blocking the number if there's kids involved and things like that, right? But if there's scenes where you know you're going to get agitated or if they say things to trigger you could block them for a day, right? They could reach you via email or something like that or through a third party, right? If there's something up with the kids. So you could block them, you know, to that time for that time period. You need time. Basically, you don't want to go where they were, right? If you guys hung out with a certain bar, certain restaurants, or you got certain friend circle, right? You want to separate yourself in some way, right? You don't want to be in these spaces where they are again, unless you want to get back with them. You need at least 2 weeks. If you're doing this work, you need at least those 2 weeks to a month to kind of be by yourself, to reestablish who you are. To a lot of times in relationships, they're people that tear you apart, talk down to you, talk bad about you, destroy your self-esteem, destroy your self-love, make you question what you love, make you question your ideas, make you question your intellect, make you question how you look, right? People do these things in relationship, right? You may have been abused, right? So you need to get this person up off you. And these are spiritual ways to do it. But again, if you do get back with that person, right, know that it's going to be a rougher road, and it's going to be, you have to do some spell work to reestablish that connection. And sex alone is not going to do it. That makeup sex alone is not going to do it, because you want to, and then you also want to have a conversation about Well, before you have the conversation, you want to look at yourself. You want to look at what you did in a relationship, how you allowed these things to happen, what was your role in the relationship. That's what the 2 weeks to a month is for. You should at least, if you break up with somebody, break up with them for a month. Like at least you should stay broken up for a month so you can make sure that this is right for you and you're right for them. And look at what you did wrong, not just play a victim and say they did this wrong or they're a narcissist or no. If they're a narcissist, you allow them to be a narcissist to you. If they are abusive in some way, you let some things slide to where they thought they were comfortable enough to be abusive. Or if the abuse just came out of nowhere, you definitely got to get away from them, right? So you want to analyze what happened, what red flags you ignored, what you didn't see, and what you didn't establish in the beginning. You know, like as a woman, especially, you want to tell a man like, I don't do abuse. You want to give him a little bit something to fear, like a man or some threat of violence, because men respect threats of violence, unfortunately, right? But fortunately, right? That's just what it is. You want to have, and again, you can't be out here hating all men and saying all men are trash, but then at the same time wanting to protect you. That's just retarded, right? How can all men be trash and all men be this and that, but you want our protection, right? And vice versa. All women can't be trash and all women can't be gold diggers and sexy reds out here. But at the same time, you want some pussy and you want somebody to talk to and let love, right? And rub your back and rub your feet and all that, and make you meals and things like that. So we have to look at our relationships with the opposite sex or those that we love from a perspective of not victimhood, but victory. And what have I done? What did they do? How can this be better? And so forth and so on. And analyze what the person means in your life and what role they play in your life and can play. And once you do that, then you're ready to move into that relationship if you decide to go back, right? I don't believe in second chances. Well, let me not say that because I do. There are relationships I got back in, and shit, I could be honest and say I was the problem, right? And probably getting back and things like that. But there's times where they were the problem too, right? And I chose to separate myself. You have to take the time if you broke up with somebody, again, at least a month to establish your own self-love. Take yourself out to dinner. Take yourself to your favorite place. Take yourself out to the club, right? Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Take yourself to a concert, right? Have fun. Enjoy yourself. You know, love on yourself, do things that, make you happy. Do the things that this person probably wasn't interested or whatever, and see where you 100% yourself in that relationship. Were you the person that you would want to be with in that relationship, right? And what role can you do in your next relationship to be better, right? And after you go through the baths and everything and the candle, you want to now see how can you be a better version of yourself. That's it. Not the next relationship, not the next level. You're not going to run into another relationship, a rebound relationship, because you did it. We all have done it, right? And if you're in a rebound relationship, right, be honest with the person, that you were in a other relationship recently, and and you're just used to being in relationships, and that happens. But be honest with yourself if you know it's a rebound relationship, and be honest with the person, and don't take it, you know, don't, yeah, we're in a relationship, but don't be like, oh, I'm gonna die for you or I'd kill for you and be all this when this is just a rebound relationship and you might not even want to be with that person long term. You know, it might just be somebody that you need to hang out with and do things with and talk to, and that's okay. You don't have to necessarily be in a full-fledged monogamous relationship to do that either, and you shouldn't want to own and have somebody at those standards when you know you're not giving them back that same energy. All right, y'all. Hopefully this helps you in your breakups and in your makeups. And my name is Rob Blackstorm. Peace, power, and prosperity. One love. Oh, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you are going through that, Let me know if it worked. Put in the comments that it worked for you, that you feel the separation, et cetera, et cetera. All right. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace.